And that brings us to our live guest this morning. We are joined by Bernie Porn, a polling expert from Epic MRA. Bernie, thank you so much for joining us this morning and for your time.
Glad to be with you.
So first things first, what overall, we know exactly for sure that this will have an impact regardless on this upcoming election, but how extensive is the verdict's impact on people that you and your team polled recently?
Well, in our most recent test where we asked the what if former President Trump is convicted, we went from a 45 to 41% lead for Trump over Biden to a 44 to 44% tie. And so that did have about a 4-point impact. However, since then, the entrance of Robert F. Kennedy in much of the polling, I think, is having an impact because his vote in Michigan, he gets about 38% of self-identified independent voters. He also gets 23% of self-identified Democrats and 34% of Republicans. So that would suggest Kennedy is taking slightly more from Republicans and President Trump than he is from Biden and Democrats. However, we did ask some questions that were pertinent. Do you think that former President Donald Trump committed a crime by urging his supporters to try to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election? 50% said yes, 42% said no, and that was heavily saying yes by Democrats and independents. And then do you think that he'll be convicted? 46% said yes, 43% said no. But then if in fact he is convicted, 56% said that he should have to serve jail time. That has been a previous poll in Michigan, but the most recent national polling suggests that the impact may be very minimal on the election. And I think that's a lot because of the influence of the Kennedy vote.
I was about to say, yeah, how the impact is going to be come election day from now until then. But looking at the different responses that voters have said, what have people said in the past about this beyond just the numbers of how it's become more of a neck and neck race for sure, looking at the 44 to 44 Biden versus Trump in that way? What have people said about the verdict in essence of that?
Well, they have said in polling after polling that they were undecided about what the verdict would be. Here we had 46% thinking he would be convicted, 43% in Michigan saying he would not be convicted. So they were up in the air. But now that it has actually happened, that is a much different scenario in terms of looking at the evening news and the coverage of the conviction. I think it's difficult to do a what-if poll question to be accurate in what the impact is going to be. You have to wait and see what the reaction is, which will be probably a poll that will be taking place nationally within the next several days to a week or two.
All right.
We'll
Bernie
have to
Porn,
see
an Epic MRA pollster, for joining us this morning on the implications of this verdict on political voters. Bernie, thank you very much for your time.